Here we go, folks. How's everybody doing? We got a 1963 D roll, continuing our last week's effort on the 5th of May here. Got two more reveals we're going to work on. This one, and then next up would be, what is next? I don't even remember now. We got another one today anyway. If my rolls are sitting here in order, my next one is going to be 1964 Philadelphia. And then tomorrow, we will have 4 or 5 additional ones. Get this one opened up right. There we go. 64 Philly. Going to be a whole bunch of good stuff in that. This is 1963D, though. This 1963D roll has been sealed since 1963, so we're going to get in here and see what we can find. First coin out of the roll is going to go to Crypto and Shrimp Cowboy. And Crypto and Shrimp Cowboy, let's see what comes up for you. First coin. Well, let's see. Lots of double dies, lots of RPMs for this particular issue. Let me dull it down just a little bit, a little too bright for this roll. There we go. There. That will work just fine. Unfortunately, it's showing us not really anything for the first coin. That's probably a doubled eyelid, but I won't get too excited determining those. I do believe it has a double die here on the last T of Trust. Yeah. Just a little one, though. It's that little nub sticking out of the right side of the T. That is a minor double die there. A very minor one. Oh, but it has a nice bar L double die. There you go. Big old post stump below the L right there. So that's a doubled L, or a bar L double die there. So that one will be our first die and our first die variety for the roll. I'm going to get myself a good marker to use near the date to see if I can pick the others out prior to actually looking at those areas of the coin to be sure I don't miss any. Not much for markers, but we do have that short die scrape off the tail of the 9 toward the 1. Going to be able to use that. And so there is that. Now let's take a look at the reverse. Not much for 1963 Denver on the reverse. We'll look at the first 10 coins and see if we happen to see anything. But this one, going to go in our stack as our first die variety for Crypto and Shrimp Cowboy. Here goes our second coin. Dan. Dan the man. Not the same die. So we'll have to hope for something similar but different as the outcome for this particular die. Nothing showing on this one. Let's check the reverse. Say that D. Which D? Oh, Paula. Good afternoon. You're saying the D on this one? There's nothing doubled there. Nothing at all on this one. That'll be for Dan. Third coin in the roll. This one goes to IT. And let's see what we have here. This one's a different die pair altogether. This one has a big die dot below the 9. Let's see what it turns into, if anything. Nothing on the obverse. Did I give Dan a nickname? I don't remember that. All right, there's nothing on this one. Let's try number 4, Chubby Pop Chaser. Yeah, it's again a different die. Yet another one. Let's see what we have going on here. Nothing. Don't see anything on this one. Got a pretty nice double die obverse so far. It's got a bar L, a little bar next to the end of the T in trust, and also what kind of appears to be a little doubled eyelid. Nothing on the reverse of this one. You want a nickname? Depends on who's giving it to you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dan's the 8-toed sloth. Just hangs around in a tree eating his nuts. I don't say much, but when I do, it's important. Paulo says, phrasing. All right. Coin number 6 now, Joe McBride. What do we get for you, Joe? We keep looking. There is a minor upper split serif on this one. It's actually okay nice. It might be a lister. We'll have to see. But that is an upper split serif for sure. All right, so I'll go ahead and finish this coin off like this. Nothing else on this one. Let's check the reverse real quick, just to be sure. Don't want to go throwing the baby out with the bathwater, do we? Well, that kind of depends, doesn't it? Let's see. Okay, so we have so far a double die obverse and an RPM in this roll. Here's Shiny Coin Guy. Let's get the scope set right on this one. Much better closer. This looks like it could be one of our double dies. Nope, not gonna do it. Not going to be there for us. Well, I don't see anything on the obverse of this one, actually. Let's see what we see on the reverse. I don't see anything there either. So, pretty empty on the whole doubling department for that one. Let's see. I don't know what we have here, but I'm hoping it's good. Could it be? I don't see anything. Looks like a big nut and sandwich. Again. These do happen. They do happen. Let's check the reverse on this one real quick. Not really going to go through the reverses on all the coins in this roll because, well, 1963D is not real well known for double die reverses. So we'll pop through the first 10 coins looking at the reverses, and then we'll not flip them over after that, just out of brevity, to keep the general majority of the audience in suspense and interest. Hang on to them with all you got, Chuck. Nothing on the date and mint. Nothing up top. Nothing on Liberty. Let's try the reverse on this one and see. Once in a while, you'll surprise yourself. Flip over a coin you never expected to find a double die on, and all of a sudden you're face to face with an FS listed variety. That can happen. Well, I appreciate that, Paula, even though you don't want to take credit for it. This one looks like the one that was our double die. So I get it nice and well focused, and we'll move up, and we'll see that this is a double die lid. So it will be doubling with a little nub there on the east side, on the right side of the T, the last T of trust. That's a little standing up nub, which is doubling of another T right there. And then the most impressive part of this particular die is that huge bolus down below the L right here. Double die right there. This one goes to Mark. You asked for it. You got it. All right. So back to coin number 1 with coin number 10. So what, approximately 5 in a roll, I would say. What comes here? What's next? Well, it's another one of our known dies. We've seen this one in this roll before, so there's not going to be anything on this one. Well, maybe there is. That's a different bar L double die right there. It's a different one. Right there. Cursor's pointing right at it. That's our second nub and L. And first one we've seen of this particular die, I do believe. But we're going to know it for later because we've got this nice big die scratch on the inside of the 9. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one, just to be sure that we're not missing anything. Not missing anything. This one's for Carl. So we've got 2 double die obverses and a minor RPM in this roll so far. This one, I think this one turns out to be normal all the way around. Yes. Normal. That's coin number 12. Now number 13. Pat Seddon. Nothing doing. Not finding anything on that one. Let's try coin 14 now. For Doug. See if Doug can pull us back into a lucky streak. Well, he did. This one's going to be one of the doubled eyelids. It's also got that doubling on the T of trust. Right there. That little nub, that little light up right next to the T on the left, on the right side. And then it's got this huge bolus underneath the L. Doubling of another L right there. So that is our first die once again. This is coin number 14. Third time now. Third time the charm. Let's look for Sergeant First Class, see what we get out of his coin. Nothing Pacific do I see yet. That's because there's nothing there. Sergeant First Class gets a normal coin first time around here. Coin number 16 now. 16 for Carl. This is a rather interesting start. Let's see what we end up with here. Nothing. Unfortunately. I'll probably do that with every other coin from that particular die. Let's see nanostacks here. Got nothing on this one. Nothing here. What's up, Mr. Buyer? Coin number 18 now. Coins and ghouls. I will have to take a few hours break, make dinner, and get the family fed. Oh, I wonder what that is. Oh, nothing. Thought it was something sticking out of the top of the D mint mark. In fact, it still looks like there is. It's interesting. No doubled eyelid. So I think after the evening festivities with the reveal show, I might do the remainder of my reveals, or at least one or two of them. All notwithstanding, I will be doing the remainder of the reveals that I have tomorrow morning. There will not be an auction this week, and there's another one. Doubled eyelid, doubled T. That one's in a stain. I don't think I would have seen that if it had not been already known. And then the bolus under the L gives us pretty nice looking doubled die obverse. What I was getting ready to say there was that I was going to get tomorrow's, or the remainder of this week's reveals finished tomorrow. There will be a reveal show. Eric will be doing some rolls this coming week. I will not. And then Tuesday we will be off. There will be no show on Tuesday evening, no auction. Taking a little break. We'll get back to it the following week for sure. James Valley. Let's see what James has. If anything here. I don't see anything. Nope. Nothing there. And for Eric, as soon as I get finished with the second reveal here, the channel's all yours. There's another one of the upper split serif RPMs, I do believe. These are kind of dirty because of the planchet wash. The whole reason why you almost can't find any high grade 1963 Lincolns. When am I going to start doing chats? Are you talking about going back to the Coins and Coffee? I'll probably do one here in a week or so. Going through some of these 1960 rolls, looking for high grade. I have a particular interest in a number of rolls I recently received and will be selling a large portion of, but I want to try to get a couple of relatively high-grade coins out of the lot before I sell the remainders. I don't need nor would have time to go through all of the coins, so I'm selling a large majority of them. I've got over 500 rolls just got in the last couple of weeks that I need to work on selling. And some of them have already sold. They're the Megrig tubes. You guys get those in the mail and start looking through them. You'll see what I'm talking about. Number of coins that have, well, some real nice RPMs in them. Not RPMs, higher grade coins. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Another one of our double dies. So this is our first, second, third, fourth, fifth one in the roll. Coin number 25. Number 5 for this roll. Next up, Shinbone. Shinbone doesn't get one of those. Not on this coin, but we will see. We'll keep looking. Dog is calling for service. In case you guys may not know, Eric is nursing his PETA back to health. This one's going to be one of them right here. Definitely. She had to have back surgery, so she's healing from that, and he's having to help her basically with everything. I think this might be another one. No, it isn't. Saw what I thought could have been the marker, but probably wasn't. But that's Nanostax. There, normal coin number 29 now. Shinbone. I will probably do a little more chatting and regular shows, educational stuff during the summer than I will be selling, because I'm kind of petered out on getting new inventory. I don't get much of it these days, so I don't really have a whole lot to sell, you know. Taco John. I think I have one here for Taco John. I do. For Taco John. Another pretty nice one. Let's see what we have here. Stan. Stan the Man. I think we have another one. Nope. Nothing there. Was asked the question today, when will my next book edition be published? I don't yet have a date. It's going to be prior to Christmas. Probably not very far prior. Maybe October. Probably not before then. James Valley, which is another thing. I need to start paring down my selling a little bit so I can get into doing that. Here's another one of the RPMs. See the little doubling at the top serif there. Good day, Paul. What do we have next? This one's for Taco John. Not going to be one of our die varieties. Well, maybe it is. So not all of them have that scratch. That's interesting. Little die progression. But this is one of the double dies we've been looking around for. There's one's for Tripwit here. And now this is not one of them. Okay. Next up, for Sissy, we have, probably not one of the double dies. Could be. A little bit of a doubled eyelid there. Hard to say, though. Hard to say with any certainty. It's not one of the ones we've been looking for. Crypto's a little behind. Yeah, I've got 2 editions of Looking Through Lincoln Cents. I've got a short list guide to memorial die varieties. I also have a book called Keys to the Lincoln. It's been out for a few years, and it is all about Lincoln Cent key date diagnostics for finding your key date Lincolns, making sure that they are the real ones and not the fake ones. Coin number 38 now, Shinbone. Not going to be one of the die varieties. Not going to be one of them. Yeah, this next book is going to be a more comprehensive edition. It should be more pages. I will be offering this one both in the ebook edition and in print. Got nothing there. Invisible River Ranch. Good day. There's one for Frosty. Nothing there on Frosty's coin. Number 41. Up next for Carl. See what we have for Carl. Probably not one of our double dies. Not gonna do it there. However, this one, got to get a better, closer look at that, but this is the other one that I was calling a bar L. This one could just be a die gouge, but I'll have to look at it very closely to know for sure. Paula volunteers to proofread. I'll let you proofread it, Paula. I'll be a part of the credited staff of people who helped me get it out there. Let's see. Nothing on this one. Nothing there. Coin number 43 goes into Taco John now. This one is new to me. I don't think I've seen this die yet today. What? Okay. Bunch of flakes. All gathered up to look like a double die, but it isn't one. What about number 44, Joe McBride? Joe? I don't see anything on this one. Well, we got more of those than we do the other way. All right, Mark. Nothing there. Next up. Come on. Paul Hampton. I don't think this is one of them. No, sir. It is not. Got 4 coins left. First of those 4, number 47 for Dan McCumber. Let's see what we have here. Well, that's another one of those ones that's a really worked die. May have a double die lid, but it's too minor. Paul Hampton is next. I got nothing on this one for Paul. Coin 49. Now, coin 49 is Frosty. Nice doubled upper serif on this mint mark. That one's very obvious. I don't know if we've seen this die before, if this is a repeat of a die that maybe had something mushed or obstructed a little bit there in the upper serif, but this, it's probably a new one. A new one for this roll anyway, for today. Very nice for us. So Frosty gets a nice variety here. Now coin number 50. Last one in the roll goes back to Dan McCumber. We'll see what Mr. Dan gets. Well, kind of a mess. But let's see. This one is not one, fortunately not one that we're trying to hold importance to, because it kind of got messed up a little bit by the counting wheel. All right, that's it. I have, these are the ones with the large bolus bar L double die obverse. Let's see. I've got Crypto, Mark, Doug, Coins and Ghouls, Doug, Stan, Taco, and Taco. And the little what appears to maybe be a doubled eye, and the other minor ones that I picked up here is Frosty, Carl, Joe, Pat, and James. So there's what we have for this roll. I much appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. We are going to be taking a short break, and then I'll be back with my final reveal for the day. Final reveal for the day will be a 1964 Philadelphia roll. And tomorrow we'll have a 1964D, a 1967, a 1959 Philadelphia, and a 1961 Denver Fed Reserve roll, which I accidentally opened a little bit earlier today. But anyway, see you after about a 10-minute break.